The coronation of King Charles III was meant to be a celebration of royal tradition and unity, but it took an unexpected turn when Charlotte dropped a royal bombshell that no one saw coming. As the ceremony unfolded, Camilla scolded Catherine, the Princess of Wales. It stunned onlookers. Yet it was Charlotte's poised yet decisive reaction that truly stole the spotlight and shifted the narrative entirely. For the royal family, one thing became clear. It's over for her. And the fallout was just beginning. A coronation like no other. The coronation of King Charles III blended centuries-old tradition with modern flair. It was held within the hallowed walls of Westminster Abbey and marked a historic moment. Charles finally ascended the throne after decades as heir apparent. Dignitaries from around the globe gathered under the Abbey's towering arches. Their presence underscored the monarchy's enduring significance on the world stage. Golden regalia glittered in the candlelight as the Abbey echoed with choral hymns, creating a scene that could have been lifted from the pages of a history book. Crowds lined the streets of London. Their cheers were audible even inside the Abbey, as the royal procession entered in a dazzling display of pomp and ceremony. Leading the way were the Prince and Princess of Wales, accompanied by their 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. The young royals played significant roles in the day's proceedings. George served as one of the king's pages of honor. Charlotte was poised as ever and captured attention with her quiet elegance. Even little Louis made an admirable effort to conform to the solemnity of the occasion. Yet beneath this carefully orchestrated display of unity lay unspoken tensions. The royal family's recent history has been anything but harmonious, and the coronation became a focal point for simmering grievances. Camilla, now crowned queen consort, had taken a central role in the ceremony, a position some in the royal household had not fully embraced. The tension was palpable as her interactions with Catherine, the Princess of Wales, seemed strained from the outset. Royal insiders whispered of a power dynamic that had shifted dramatically with Camilla's rise. Catherine was once seen as the family's future matriarch. She appeared to be walking a fine line as she navigated her role alongside the newly crowned queen consort. The 2 women's interactions during the ceremony hinted at underlying friction, with fleeting glances and terse exchanges suggesting unresolved issues. Despite the regal setting, these tensions were difficult to ignore. One particularly noticeable moment occurred as the royal family made their way to their seats near the throne. Observers noted the subtle yet telling distance maintained between Camilla and Catherine, a physical manifestation of what many suspected was an emotional chasm. Adding to the complex atmosphere was the young Princess Charlotte. While the spotlight primarily shone on King Charles, Charlotte's presence did not go unnoticed. However, her day was about to take an unexpected turn. The events that followed would reveal a side of her that few had seen before. Charlotte's royal bombshell would leave an indelible mark on this historic day. The scolding, Camilla's alleged command. As the ceremony reached a solemn juncture with King Charles seated on the throne, all eyes were on the royal family. Amid the grandeur, a whisper of discord rippled through the Abbey. Lip readers and keen observers caught Camilla turning toward Catherine. "Take her," Camilla allegedly directed, gesturing subtly toward Princess Charlotte. She had momentarily turned in her seat to glance behind her. To outsiders, the moment appeared minor, a fleeting reprimand in the middle of a high-pressure event. But for those familiar with the royal family's intricate relationships, it spoke volumes. Camilla's tone and body language suggested more than concern for decorum. They hinted at a power struggle quietly unfolding beneath the Abbey's vaulted ceilings. Catherine's response was telling. The Princess of Wales maintained her composure and acknowledged Camilla's words with a measured nod. She then gently redirected Charlotte's attention. While Catherine handled the interaction gracefully, those close to the scene noted the flicker of tension in her eyes, a subtle but unmistakable sign of strain. This was not the first time the relationship between Camilla and Catherine had drawn scrutiny. Over the years, rumors of subtle power plays and differing priorities have persisted. As King Charles's second wife, Camilla's integration into the royal family was never without challenges. While she gradually earned a level of public acceptance, her dynamic with other senior royals, particularly Catherine, has remained a topic of intrigue. One notable incident occurred during Queen Elizabeth II's funeral. Observers noted a moment when Camilla allegedly scolded Catherine over Charlotte's behavior after the young princess cried out following a playful pinch from her brother Prince George. Lip readers claimed Camilla had sternly instructed Catherine to take her, much like during the coronation. These moments, though brief, painted a picture of a step-grandmother exerting authority in a way that may not have been welcomed. While words exchanged during the coronation were subtle, the body language between Camilla and Catherine spoke volumes. Camilla was dressed in her regal robes and appeared confident but firm. She gestured in a manner that left little room for interpretation. Catherine, by contrast, exuded quiet restraint. Observers within the abbey noted the immediate shift in the atmosphere. A hush fell over those seated nearby. They seemed to sense the significance of what had just transpired. Prince William was seated next to Catherine and appeared momentarily distracted. His eyes darted toward his wife and daughter. Though he maintained his stoic royal demeanor, the tension in his posture suggested he too recognized the weight of the interaction. As the ceremony continued, the ripple effect of the scolding could still be felt. Charlotte seemed to sense the gravity of the exchange. Catherine's subtle efforts to reassure her daughter did not go unnoticed. Yet the moment left a lingering question. Was this a singular misstep or part of a broader pattern within the royal family? The tension between Camilla and Catherine seemed to have surfaced in a way that could not be ignored. The coronation's grandeur was intact, but the scolding would not be easily forgotten. It served as the precursor to what would become the day's defining moment, Charlotte dropping a royal bombshell that no one, least of all Camilla, could have anticipated. As the world watched, the young princess would show that even the smallest voices in the royal family could have a profound impact on its legacy. Charlotte's reaction, a royal bombshell. In the immediate aftermath of Camilla's scolding of Catherine, Charlotte's reaction was nothing short of extraordinary. Observers noted her calm composure as she glanced at her mother. Rather than shrinking from the spotlight or showing signs of distress, Charlotte straightened in her seat and turned her gaze forward. As the ceremony progressed, she quietly adjusted her posture and locked eyes with Camilla. While subtle, the intensity of her expression carried weight. Lip readers later speculated that Charlotte whispered to her mother, "It's fine, Mummy." Moments later, Charlotte's response became even more pronounced. During a pivotal part of the coronation, as the family prepared to rise for a ceremonial bow to the king, Charlotte deliberately paused. She turned to her mother and spoke softly but clearly. Lip readers caught her words, "I'll do it, but not for her." While she stood and performed the required bow to King Charles, she conspicuously refrained from acknowledging Camilla. This singular act sent shockwaves through the abbey. What might have been dismissed as a child's hesitation was instead viewed as a deliberate statement, especially given the context of the earlier scolding. Charlotte's royal bombshell effectively reframed the day's events and shifted attention away from the king's ascension and toward the family dynamics playing out in real time. A senior diplomat described the moment as the quietest yet loudest statement I've ever witnessed. Another attendee, a historian well-versed in royal protocol, remarked, "For an 8-year-old to act with such precision and awareness, it was extraordinary. She knew exactly what she was doing, and so did everyone else." Charlotte's poised defiance became the talking point of the day. While her actions were subtle, the implications were anything but. In a family known for maintaining strict adherence to protocol, Charlotte's deviation was a clear message, and it resonated well beyond the abbey's walls. The royal family's responses to Charlotte's behavior were as varied as they were revealing. Catherine placed a reassuring hand on her daughter's shoulder and signaled silent approval and support. Prince William appeared momentarily taken aback but quickly resumed his neutral expression. Insiders later revealed that William later described Charlotte as her mother's daughter. Camilla, on the other hand, was visibly startled. As Charlotte refrained from bowing, the queen consort's confident demeanor faltered. She glanced toward Catherine, perhaps expecting intervention, but none came. Instead, Camilla was left to process the moment in silence. Her smile tightened markedly as she turned away. One guest, a close family friend of the Waleses, described the moment as a glimpse of the future. A young girl who already understands her role and isn't afraid to assert herself. Another noted that Charlotte's confidence mirrored that of her grandmother, Princess Diana. Journalists covering the event were equally captivated. "Charlotte didn't just respond to the moment, she owned it," wrote one royal correspondent. In a single gesture, she reminded everyone that even the youngest members of the family have a voice. Footage of the moment quickly circulated, and commentators dissected Charlotte's every move. Some speculated that her actions were a reflection of her upbringing. After all, Catherine and William encouraged their children to think critically and act with integrity. Others suggested that Charlotte's defiance signaled a deeper awareness of the complexities within her family. For an 8-year-old, Charlotte's royal bombshell shifted the day's focus and set a precedent for her future role within the monarchy. In a family where tradition often outweighs personal expression, Charlotte demonstrated a willingness to challenge norms, a trait that could shape her path as a royal. Many noted the stark contrast between her composed assertiveness and the tension that had permeated the event moments earlier. What could have been a day defined by conflict was instead reframed as a showcase of Charlotte's emerging strength. Charlotte's actions also hinted at her potential to redefine what it means to be a royal in the modern era. While her brother, Prince George, is the future king, Charlotte's position as second in line carries its own weight. Her ability to navigate complex dynamics with grace suggests she is well equipped to carve out a unique role for herself, one that balances tradition with individuality. In the aftermath of the ceremony, conversations about the monarchy's future inevitably included Charlotte. Her actions at the coronation showed that leadership comes in many forms, and even the youngest members of the family have the power to influence its trajectory. Royal Dynamics, unpacking the incident. As the second child of Catherine and William, Princess Charlotte occupies a unique position in the royal family. Charlotte's role, often referred to as the spare, comes with its own set of challenges. Historically, spares have struggled to define their place within the royal framework. They're often overshadowed by the heir. However, Charlotte's maturity and poise suggest she is already carving out a distinct path for herself. Her quiet defiance during the coronation was not just a personal response to the situation, but a reflection of her burgeoning awareness of her position within the royal household. Her ability to act assertively, even under intense public scrutiny, highlights the confidence instilled in her by her parents. Catherine, in particular, has been instrumental in nurturing Charlotte's self-assurance. Charlotte's relationship with Camilla, however, appears less defined. While they have shared cordial moments in public, such as during celebrations for King Charles's 70th birthday, their bond lacks the warmth and familiarity typically associated with grandparent-grandchild relationships. This gap, shaped by the family's history and Camilla's late arrival into the royal fold, may have subtly influenced the dynamics at play during the coronation. As the Princess of Wales and future Queen Consort, Catherine occupies one of the most visible roles in the royal family. Her ability to balance the demands of tradition with her responsibilities as a mother has made her a beloved figure among the public. However, her relationship with Camilla has long been the subject of speculation, particularly as Camilla's prominence has grown in recent years. Catherine's approach to raising her children has often contrasted sharply with royal norms. She prioritizes emotional connection and open communication, and she encourages her children to express themselves even within the constraints of their roles. This parenting style was evident during the coronation when she subtly reassured Charlotte without undermining her daughter's assertiveness. Catherine's composed response to Camilla's scolding also reflected her ability to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics. While she acknowledged Camilla's authority as queen consort, she maintained her dignity, and in the process, she ensured that Charlotte's confidence remained intact. This balance, between respecting royal protocol and advocating for her children, has become a hallmark of Catherine's approach to her role. Historically, her position within the royal family has been complicated by her proximity to both Camilla and King Charles. As William's wife, she represents the future of the monarchy. This is a role that some insiders believe has occasionally created friction with Camilla, who spent years solidifying her own place within the institution. The coronation served as a microcosm of these dynamics. Catherine's quiet resilience contrasted sharply with Camilla's more assertive demeanor. Camilla's journey to becoming queen consort has been anything but straightforward. Once a controversial figure, she has worked diligently to earn public acceptance and respect within the royal family. Her marriage to Charles marked a turning point, but her rise to queen consort has come with its own set of challenges, particularly as she navigates relationships with other senior royals. Camilla's interactions with Catherine have often been interpreted as emblematic of her broader efforts to assert her authority. The coronation incident can be seen as an extension of this dynamic. While some viewed her actions as an attempt to maintain decorum during a high-pressure event, others perceived them as overstepping, particularly given Catherine's established role as a mother and future queen. Camilla's relationship with Charlotte also underscores the complexities of her position within the family. As a step-grandmother, she has not been as involved in the Wales children's upbringing as their biological grandparents. This distance, coupled with the family's reverence for Princess Diana's memory, has likely shaped the boundaries of her interactions with George, Charlotte, and Louis. The incident during the coronation cannot be fully understood without considering the historical tensions that have shaped the royal family. The shadow of Princess Diana looms large. This is especially so in the relationships between Charles, Camilla, and William's family. While William and Catherine have made efforts to preserve Diana's legacy for their children, this focus has inevitably influenced their interactions with Camilla. She occupies a role many still view as contentious. Additionally, the monarchy's ongoing efforts to modernize have introduced new pressures. The younger generation is represented by William, Catherine, and their children, and it is seen as the key to maintaining the monarchy's relevance. This emphasis on modernization has at times clashed with the more traditional approaches favored by Charles and Camilla, and it has created subtle but persistent rifts within the family. The coronation incident offers a glimpse into the broader dynamics at play within the royal household. Charlotte's assertiveness, Catherine's composure, and Camilla's authority each represent different facets of this balancing act. For Charlotte, the moment marked her emergence as a young royal unafraid to express herself. For Catherine, it was evidence of her ability to protect her children while maintaining her role within the institution. For Camilla, it underscored the challenges of navigating authority in a family where relationships are shaped as much by history as by the present. The relationships between Charlotte, Catherine, and Camilla are not just family matters. They are reflections of the challenges and opportunities facing the royal family as it seeks to adapt to a changing world. In this context, Charlotte's royal bombshell was more than a momentary act of defiance. It was a signal of the shifting dynamics that will shape the monarchy's future. Camilla's strife with various royal family members. Since her marriage to King Charles III, Camilla, Queen Consort, has faced her share of tensions within the royal family. Several relationships remain fraught, marked by disagreements, misunderstandings, and lingering resentment. These conflicts are often veiled behind royal protocol, but they have occasionally surfaced and offer glimpses into the complex dynamics of the family. The most enduring source of conflict has been Camilla's position as the second wife of King Charles and the shadow of Princess Diana's legacy. For many in the royal family and the public, Diana remains an irreplaceable figure. Camilla's role as Queen Consort has been met with skepticism. Reports suggest that Prince William and Prince Harry struggled to reconcile their personal losses with Camilla's increasing prominence. While outwardly cordial, insiders have described William's relationship with Camilla as formal at best. According to one source, William reportedly voiced concerns about Camilla's role during discussions about Charles's coronation, expressing his belief that Diana's memory deserved greater acknowledgement. Camilla's relationship with Prince Harry has been particularly strained, especially following his memoir Spare. In the book, Harry referred to Camilla as the villain. He accused her of planting negative stories about him and Meghan Markle in the press to bolster her own image. This claim reignited public scrutiny of Camilla's media strategies, with Harry asserting that her relationships with certain tabloids caused collateral damage to other members of the family. Camilla has reportedly denied these allegations, but the fallout has left her relationship with Harry on shaky ground. Another challenging relationship for Camilla is her dynamic with Kate Middleton. While Kate and Camilla have often appeared united during public engagements, behind the scenes, sources have noted moments of tension. One reported incident occurred during a family gathering where Camilla allegedly criticized Kate's handling of royal duties, suggesting she was too reserved in her public interactions. According to insiders, Kate found the remarks unwelcome and overly critical, and it caused a rift that took time to mend. Camilla's influence over Charles's decisions has also been a point of contention for Kate. During preparations for Charles's coronation, there were reports that Camilla pushed for greater recognition for her own family members, a move that some saw as sidelining William and Kate. The Princess of Wales reportedly expressed frustration at the emphasis placed on Camilla's relatives, seeing it as a deviation from royal traditions. One of Camilla's more surprising conflicts has been with Prince Andrew. He has reportedly clashed with her on several occasions. Andrew was already a controversial figure within the family, and he was said to have opposed Camilla's elevation to Queen Consort. Andrew believed it undermined his late mother's legacy. According to royal insiders, Andrew referred to Camilla as unfit for the role in private conversations. Camilla, for her part, has allegedly viewed Andrew as a liability to the monarchy, particularly after his ties to Jeffrey Epstein tarnished his reputation. Even Camilla's relationship with Princess Anne has not been without difficulties. Anne has reportedly been skeptical of Camilla's influence within the family. During a discussion about the modernization of royal traditions, Anne is said to have dismissed some of Camilla's suggestions, stating, "We've been doing this for centuries. It's not going to change now." This resistance has created a distance between the two women, despite their shared commitment to supporting King Charles. The aftermath: it's over for her. Inside Westminster Abbey, the atmosphere shifted noticeably after the incident with Princess Charlotte. What had been a solemn ceremony honoring tradition became layered with palpable tension. While the coronation itself continued without overt disruption, those present noted the subtle changes in demeanor among the key players. Camilla, who had entered the event with confidence befitting her new title as Queen Consort, appeared visibly shaken after Charlotte's poised yet defiant reaction. Eyewitnesses described her smile as strained and her posture less assured. While Camilla maintained her composure for the public eye, those seated nearby noted her unusually reserved interactions with both Catherine and King Charles for the remainder of the event. Meanwhile, Catherine's unwavering calm in the face of the scolding earned her silent admiration from attendees. She remained focused on her daughter and subtly reassured Charlotte while exuding a quiet dignity that contrasted sharply with Camilla's more confrontational approach. This composure only added to Catherine's growing reputation as a stabilizing force within the royal family. Charlotte, for her part, seemed unfazed by the tension she had inadvertently highlighted. Her demeanor throughout the rest of the ceremony reflected the same grace and maturity that had characterized her earlier response. It was clear that her actions were not a childish whim but a deliberate statement, one that left a lasting impression on those who witnessed it. Camilla's actions also reignited debates about her role as Queen Consort. Many had reluctantly accepted the title following years of controversy surrounding her relationship with King Charles. The incident at the coronation provided fresh fodder for those who view her rise to prominence as emblematic of a monarchy resistant to change. For these critics, Charlotte's moment of defiance was seen as a repudiation of Camilla's authority, a public reminder that respect within the royal family must be earned, not assumed. The incident has placed Camilla's role within the royal family under renewed scrutiny. Moments like these suggest that her authority is not universally acknowledged within the household. Her relationship with Catherine, in particular, appears to be a source of ongoing tension, and the coronation incident served as a flashpoint for deeper issues. Insiders speculate that Camilla may well face challenges in asserting her influence moving forward, and this will become particularly poignant as Catherine and her children continue to solidify their positions within the royal framework. The public perception of Catherine as a devoted mother and poised future queen consort stands in stark contrast to the more contentious image of Camilla. This dichotomy could complicate Camilla's efforts to maintain her place as a respected figure within the family. For Catherine, the incident reinforced her role as a key figure in the monarchy's future. The moment highlighted her ability to navigate complex family dynamics with grace, a skill that will undoubtedly serve her well as she prepares for her eventual role as queen consort. Charlotte's actions, meanwhile, have cemented her status as a young royal to watch. She demonstrated a level of confidence and maturity that is rare for someone her age. This incident may mark the beginning of Charlotte's emergence as a distinct and influential figure within the royal family. For Camilla, the road ahead may be challenging as she seeks to reinforce her authority without alienating key members of the family. For Catherine and Charlotte, the incident has only strengthened their bond and solidified their reputations as forces of stability and change, respectively. As the dust settles, one thing is clear. The coronation will be remembered not only for its grandeur, but for the drama that unfolded behind the scenes. In the end, it may prove to be a defining moment for the royal family, signaling a shift in its internal dynamics and offering a glimpse of what the future holds. For Camilla, the stakes have never been higher, and as many have remarked in the wake of the event, it's over for her. Do you think Charlotte has inadvertently become a part of the broader power play inside the monarchy? Share your thoughts with us in the comments. We'd love to hear. For now, we're done. Catch you in the next video.